Good evening, everyone. We'll start with the post-game press conference by Barcelona. First, an assessment with the coach, and then questions. Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to congratulate Real Madrid. I think they have been better. Please. Yeah, I'll start over. I have to congratulate Real Madrid because they were the better team in every single facet of the game. We will never be able to counter-attack the defensive level from Real Madrid. There were two moments in which we would react in the third quarter. We were down by 5, but we had at a disadvantage. Our run, it was a 9-0, and then in the third quarter we were down by 5, and then we had an opposite 10-0 run, and everything went wrong because, and this is surprising to me because everyone was in the right direction, and the most significant thing was we were 15 times in the transition, 15 transition moments, and we just scored 4 points, and this is extremely surprising. As a team that it is running great, and today we ran poorly. We just took very bad decisions, and additionally the team didn't react properly because you can have bad moments and you have to react to them, so this is a game to forget. We'll start with the questions. Please state your name and the company they represent.
Xavi, hi ha hagut un moment al tercer quart que us heu posat a 5. Per què no s'ha pogut fer el canvi aquí d'agulles?
Sí, ens hem posat a 5 i llavors hi ha hagut un moment on al final de possessió Campatx ha anotat 3 punts de cantonada amb una acció ben defensada. Això ens ha generat una mica de frustració, hem perdut la següent pilota, ens han fet bàsquet, hem tirat un tir després obert que hem fallat i a partir d'aquí ens hem tornat a anar cap avall i ha sigut decisiu per la salut del partit perquè l'equip mentalment en aquest moment ha pensat que ja no, ha donat la sensació que pensava que ja no podia.
Hola Xavi, ¿qué tal?
Hi Xavi, a question by Efe. I would like to ask you about Kevin Punter because he wasn't in the game today. You talked in the pre-game that you were expecting a high-scoring game. How did the team was influenced by the fact that the highest-scorer game was not in the game today? Well, I just have to congratulate Real Madrid defensively, and today, as a coach, we just have to get the player in the game, and we weren't able. It's not just Kevin Punter, it's just all the teammates. We weren't able to get them in the game, and we just have to help them make all those decisions. So every single team, the entire team in its entire difficulty, and since Kleiber being out, basically we're in the game, and this is a responsibility for everyone, starting by the coaches. Any further questions? Yeah, we'll just grab the microphone. Yes. Hi, a question. This is a question being spoken in Catalan.
Com reacciona l'equip a un partit com el d'avui? Què t'esperes? No sé què, evidentment no ens explicaràs què has parlat del vestidor, però què t'esperes després del que ha passat avui i tenint en compte també d'on ve l'equip? Gràcies.
Avui és d'aquests partits que no deixin diferent i per tant la reacció de l'equip ha de ser immediata. Tenim un partit amb 36 hores a Burgos que ens juguem ser cap de sèrie de la Copa i que és molt important i hem de reaccionar tots, a vegades. Juguem tants partits que passa això, com va passar el dia de Mònaco, que no vam ser-hi tampoc, i aquest partit que tampoc no hem estat al nivell. Al final, en tants partits en joc pot passar, però sens dubte l'equip ja no li pot passar més. Una cosa és guanyar, una altra cosa és perdre, però sempre hem de competir com estàvem fent. Havíem tingut una sola nit d'accident, però ara ja és la segona i això vol dir que sense cap mena de dubte, en situacions de debilitat, l'equip se'n va una miqueta baix massa ràpid, mentalment, i això és el que un equip gran té que aprendre, sempre jugar quan el marcador està a favor i quan el marcador està en contra i saber jugar en totes les circumstàncies.
Bona nit, Xavi Sebas Guim de TV3. Disculpa, sé que n'has parlat. Com s'explica una derrota d'aquest tipus després del partit que estàveu fent o com en el tercer quart que anàveu 45-40, havíeu retallat distàncies i al final no s'ha pogut fer res?
Sí, és un partit on tot el partit, la veritat que la sensació no era bona de joc. estàvem erràtics amb el rebot, amb el tir lliure, i sobretot el que ens generava molta frustració era després de bona defensa córrer contraatac i fallar-ne tants. No? Em sembla que hem fet 4 punts de 15 accions de contraatac, que és inacceptable en un equip quan corre amb superioritat. Físicament ens han tret amb totes aquestes situacions, ens han tapat molt bé i hem escollit molt malament. Hem tingut moltes situacions de tirar sols i no hem sabut jugar-la bé, el passe no ha tingut qualitat o l'hem fallat. Per tant, un equip quan defensa bé, corre contraatac i falla i torna un altre cop a defensar, genera molta frustració i això ens ha anat fent molt de mal. Llavors, en aquest moment de 40-45 hem fet una molt bona defensa, però al final surt un passe de córner i final de possessió Campazzo fa triple de cantonada amb una acció molt difícil de ficar, però que ell la té, que la fica, després perdem la pilota i ens hem vingut a baix a partir d'aquí. Gràcies.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. We'll start with our post-game press conference with an assessment from the game by Scariolo and then questions by the journalist.
Bueno, felicito a los jugadores.
I would like to congratulate the players by the effort and the concentration, the intensity that they played. As we expected, is something that we have talked about the other day. It's true that things would go down, and the fact that we could control the rebounding department that's how we control the game. We were pretty good in defense. We were having some mistakes, and there were certain moments because Barcelona, it's a pretty good team. They were there in the score. But in general terms, our defensive progress was really great, especially really important. Starting really great, guarding Kevin Panther. And I think that was really important for today. I would highlight assists, the distribution of the ball, and how we use those assists with more players assisting, and that's it. Just good game, great win, really important for the standings because everything is pretty tight. Everyone is just right there, and we are starting to have this 2-0 in a balance against an opponent that is there in the terms of standings, and we don't know if it will be important in the future, but for us it's just a guarantee in case we are tied at the end of the season. We'll start with the questions by the journalists. Please state your name and the company that you represent. Hi, a question by Real Madrid Television. Congrats on the win. I would like to ask you about a certain moment at the end of the third quarter, a rebound by Gabi Deck, just right before the end of the third quarter where Theo Maledon had 2 more points. Would you say that this is a moment where everything is highlighted, the fight and all the effort and the attitude from all the players today? Well, you just named one moment where I commented on a timeout with the players. Or maybe at a break. Maybe it was at a break. It is what we were lacking in the last game, and this is something that we were having today. Those 50-50 balls, those hard-fought balls that were tipping on our side, in our hands. We didn't lose a lot of rebounds. We're boxing out pretty great. And Gabi, he's a guy that is highlighted on all those rebounds. He's also scored pretty good today, and that's why we're happy about him. But in that play where that extra effort where it gets rewarded, then sometimes it's there. He's there. Hi, another question by National Radio. I would like to ask you about those 61 points that Barcelona scored today. I guess that says a lot about the defensive commitment from your team today, and I would like to ask you about the importance of the game. You just tied the Barcelona in the standings, and you just have a 2-0 balance now in the EuroLeague against Barcelona. Yeah, I wouldn't add a bit too much about what I've just said, because you just always mentioned some some aspects as well. It is something that I've already said in my explanation and my assessment from the game. Obviously a pretty important win, very important balance with a 2-0 win against a direct opponent, and also controlling the rebound. Hi, another question by Efe. Speaking about defense, we always talk about things like they weren't able to defend properly throughout a game. I would like to ask you about the defensive level today, about Usman Garuba and Andres Felix. Do you think that was key for the victory? Yes, I think Usman has been more important on the offensive end. I think he has a decent defensive game, but I wouldn't highlight that as a pretty good defensive performance. But when we were spacing him and we wanted to go further on the offensive end, and we wanted to have him as a second center, bringing Alex Len as well as a replacement in case Eddie Tavares would be unfit to play. So for example, Alex Len could have some characteristics than Eddie Tavares, and that Usman Garuba is the second center. That was the decision we took at the start of the season, and it's something we carry forward. Most of the times, he's given us the answer with all his intensity, his energy, his focus, and today he has scored pretty great offensively in not so easy moments. Hi, another question by... I would like to ask you if you sense, as we do, that was one of the best performances of the season, or maybe one of the games in which you are most happy about, especially winning against Barcelona. Well,
exagerar.
when
¿no?
you
Cuando
win
se hace
against
todo.
Barcelona,
Yo
you
creo que
tend to
que
exaggerate.
no somos ajenos, ¿no?
Obviously,
a la importancia que tiene el partido.
we know that this was very important, and this is very important for the fans and for the team in general, but for us in the team,
ser mucho más atentos, ¿no?
we just have to be more focused on how we do it and how we level and manage that energy, and the fact that basically winning against a pretty good opponent takes away that focus and that energy that you have. It's true that with respect to the previous game where we didn't even have the time to prepare, now we had the time to prepare, and I think that was the difference. But I wouldn't go further than that. It has been a pretty good game, important game, but we just have to think about the next Sunday on the National Spanish League. We just cannot go over this line of satisfaction. We just don't want to be euphoric, and that would be out of line. The two last questions. Hi, another question by Babel. Congrats on the win. I would like to ask you about Chuma Okeke. He was key, especially in the rebounding department, defending with Tavares. How do you assess his game? It was a pretty serious game, solid game by him. I wanted to end the game with him because I wanted to acknowledge. Because his presence in the rebounding department, we knew that this was a key moment, key thing by him, and he has very different characteristics as with respect to Trey. But I think without scoring too much, I think he was really important contributing to the win. And the last question? Congrats to the win. We've seen two honors. You know, Eddie Tavares, Fabian. How important it is to take care of the stars, and how do you see Eddie now? Well, the second case, it's different because Fabian has just retired and he's entering a new era of his personal life. But with all the love that we've had, we've been privileged to be alongside him. We were alongside him in a season where he wasn't as healthy and in a very grave, serious health. And with all that love that he had for basketball, in every attempt that he had, in all that energy he wanted to go back, and also, yeah, coming to it, it's something that I loved that season, and that's how I saw a player that I had the feeling that, you know, that he was going to do everything that he was going to do eventually. As for Eddie, he's just basically our defensive pillar. That honor that we had about the rebounding, for example, the rebounding record, we highlighted that he could be an inspiration for the entire team, so that they can go and it can be set as an example. Sometimes it is an underappreciated part of the game. Good night, everyone.